Crowd of boys, peace. What's good with you boys out there? Come to talk to you boys today about semen retention and law of attraction. And before I jump into this topic, I'd like you boys to like the content. Make sure you like the content when you come to hear these audios. Comment, share, subscribe. If you're new, welcome. If you've been here, peace. You already know what it is. Also, ways to donate to the channel will be in the description. Cashapp, $crowdofboyz with a Z. Reach out for consultations is my email. You can set it up through email. And I encourage you boys to really reach out, man. And this is not to, once again, big myself up. Come and talk to the God. There are multiple guys out here who are going through it, emotionally stressed out. They're on semen retention, and there's a lot of energy built up. And guys are, struggling. There's a lot of guys struggling on this journey, thinking about giving up, and on the fence, not seeing certain benefits, not getting the attraction. That's why I'm doing this audio on the law of attraction and how it correlates with your semen retention journey. Guys who need the help, those are more for, the consultations. It's cool to, drop what you're going through in the comments or even email me what you're going through personally. But the consultations is for really those who really need to speak and talk out their problems, whatever they're going through. And a phone conversation, a Zoom call or whatever the case may be. However we need to set it up, we can set it up. I'm not opposed to doing Zoom calls so you can see my face and stuff like that. So if it's something you want to do as far as Zoom or, just a phone call, whatever, usually my consultations are 30 to 45 minutes. And it's a better outlet and a way to really talk about what you're going through, struggling, your experience on semen retention. But especially for those who are struggling, I encourage you to really reach out, get in contact with the God. Iron sharpens iron. And it's a better way to really get more in depth and more in conversation. I get to know personally what guys are going through. And, I can be a big help to you. Instead of, coming to the content, grabbing the content and getting the information, this information helps too. And it is, guys reach out and saying that, these audios help them out, beyond the means. You dig what I'm saying? Usually my audios is like 20, 25 minutes, some of them, over 30 minutes. And, that's just based off of one topic, but it might not be the topic that you really need to hear at that point in time and according to your journey. You dig what I'm saying? So that's why I push the consultation. Once again, I'm not trying to beat nobody over the head. We can negotiate price if money is an issue, but understand that money is energy. Money, time is money. And, I'm building up this platform and building this construct of Crowd of Boys as a community. And as you pour into the channel, everything comes back into you in the form of energy and knowledge and wisdom. You dig? So with that said, man, let's jump into this topic. Once again, don't forget to like the content when you come across it, share, comment, subscribe. Law of attraction, right? And if you're in this area of attracting, most of the time I get inquiries about guys not receiving the women attraction. All right. Other guys, I get a few guys who reach out and say, I'm, struggling financially. I'm not able to reach certain goals and things of that nature. This all has to do with the law of attraction, the women attraction, the money attraction, the goals, the jobs that you want, the car that you may want. All that has to do with the law of attraction. It's all under a law. The first thing you must do, though, is become the attraction. I'll say that again. The first thing you must do is become the attraction. Semen retention, yes, it creates attraction. You become a magnet, right? And if you aren't seeing the benefits, or if you aren't getting the attraction that you want, then you may be looking into the wrong area, or you're not exercising your abilities. That's first and foremost. You have power. And on semen retention, we are harnessing our powers. You dig what I'm saying? And we are building ourselves up. Through that process, we transmute and transform into a higher being, a higher frequency we get on. We talk about the benefits physically. We become more attractive. We become more masculine in energy. Our face starts to change. We start to morph, right? Our skin becomes clearer. If you're growing your hair out, your hair starts to grow, become more thicker. Also, if you exercise and are on a diet, that improves and boosts your benefits as well. If you're growing out a beard, your beard becomes fuller. You just become physically attractive, right? But now when we talk about what's on the inside, what type of work are you doing on the inside? This is when we talk about self-love, self-care, right? These self-achievements are building you up on the inside. And the more you work on that stuff, the more you become attractive. One of the people that I studied and look into when I study law of attraction and look into the law is a guy by the name of Jim Rohn. And a couple of his quotes that I'm going to drop in here. And I need you guys to take heed to this. To attract attractive people, you must become attractive. An aspect of the woman attraction, and guys out here may be looking for love, pure joy, being with a partner. If you are trying to manifest that, you have to become love. You have to become that being. You have to become a love magnet first. You have to have that love for yourself. You have to have that respect for yourself, because people now will see you and learn to love you a certain way, learn to respect you a certain way. And yeah, it has to, in this aspect, I'm talking about women, but also men as well. And this helps you achieve certain goals. Once again, when I talk about financial goals and stuff like that, if you come across a dude who can put you in a position of making more money, you have to become the magnet for that person to see you and become that attraction. In the aspect of women and being attractive to women and attracting a mate, yes, semen retention does that on the physical, but now on the inside, on the spiritual, what are you about? If you are trying to manifest love, love is not about finding the right person. Love is about becoming the right person. Let me say that for you boys again. Love is not about finding the right person. Love is about becoming the right person. Become the love magnet. Stop looking for the attraction and become the attraction. Become the main event. And then these things will manifest forward for you. Another thing that Jim Rohn said, and quote, to have more, you have to become more. Don't wish things were easier. Wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems. Wish for more skills. Iron sharpens iron, right? And if you need to, once again, tap in with the God, talk to somebody, sharpen up your tools, and give you a little bit of motivation to help you self-motivate yourself. This is what these audios are for. It's here for you. But at the end of the day, you have to work on yourself. You have to put in the necessary work to become better. On this semen retention journey, we don't change the outside. We can't change anybody's ideas of us, their perception of us, or, they say, a first impression means everything to people, right? On semen retention, we can't change the outside. We can only change what's inside of us. And this is the process of semen retention. This is how this law of attraction all correlates. Once when we start to change our inside, what's inside of us, and we build on that, and what's inside is building us up in character, we start to become the attraction. And I hate to be redundant about this, but, our looks, our physique, and all that is attractive to people, but that's not the end all be all. Who are you as a person? Are you really a attractive person? Can you hold a conversation, a meaningful conversation? What is your knowledge about money and how money works? What is your energy today? Are you depressed because you don't got no girlfriend, or the girl that you are attracted to isn't attracted to you? Do you know if that girl is really attractive? Because when you talk to her, she could be a ditz. She could be a whore. So don't get fooled by the looks and you like a female and stuff like that and you're attracted to her. You're just attracted to her beauty. And she may be attracted to your handsomeness. But until you approach and talk to that female, that can turn you off, and you can pick up on that energy, and that can throw you off, and that can throw off your energy. That brings you back down to your lower chakra, to your root chakra. You're thinking out of lust. You're thinking out of appearance. Real attraction is energy. So become the magnet once again. Change what's on the inside. This is the transformation of semen retention. You're changing what's on the inside. This is the thing about energy and the frequency you have to be on to be attractive or be an attractive person. And this has to do with, the energy that you have to be on with the law of attraction, right? The mind generates an energy that contacts the universal energy and causes circumstances and events to fall into line. You can manipulate your reality once you start to change what's on the inside when you're on this journey of semen retention. The only thing that stops you is limiting beliefs. That's why it's key to have an open mind. Be open and receptive to different information. Be open and receptive to challenges that challenges your beliefs, because you are closed off because of your beliefs. You're limiting what you can do. Limiting beliefs causes you to fall short because you are only limited by your imagination. On the semen retention journey, I've spoken on it before in previous audios, that your imagination starts to come back, your creative power starts to come back, and it's very key that you tap into this, because your imagination can push you forward into an abundant. You dig what I'm saying? I had to say that 3 times. An abundance of things that you are capable of. Take these limits off of yourself. Believe that you can go 30 days. Believe you could go 90 days. Believe you can go a year. Believe you can go beyond that if you need to. Do what's necessary to get you to your ultimate goal. If you have gone 6 months on semen retention and you haven't gotten a woman attraction, or, you're still in a financial bind or whatever the case may be, good. You need to do more work. You keep putting in that work. You are building up character. You are building up yourself. Everything starts to come into fruition when you start to grind in that type of mindset and you take those limits off. You will start to break certain thresholds, generational curses, all that. But you are on this journey to put in the work. It's not easy. Once again, don't wish this journey was easier. Don't wish the attraction was just easier. Wish you were better. Become better, even after a relapse. It's hard to get back on it too, especially if you go on a relapse binge. That's tough. But in those moments, that is still helping you out. You are still building up your character because you know that you have more work to do. Be a better man and don't worry about what another person does or needs you to be. Once again, people's perception of you. It is what it is going to be. They can think of you as an asshole if you have too much confidence. They can see you as arrogant. They can see you as closed off if you don't want to engage with anybody. It is what it is. It's cool. You know yourself. You know the type of work that you are doing on the inside, and you know your goals, you know your aspirations and what you want in life. And when people see the work that you put in towards that, they will respect it. Regardless of how they think of you or what they think of you, they got to respect it at the end of the day. The more you work on being a man and getting back to the nature of man, a woman will follow suit and get back to her feminine nature. And that talks about the law of attraction regarding women, you know, women attraction and stuff like that. But this has to do with the attraction of anything you want to manifest also. Getting back to a man's nature. You know, I spoke about, I speak all the time about masculine energy, masculine nature, what we're here to do, protect, to serve, to provide, to hunt. Not in an aspect of hunting in the woods and shit like that, but in this day and time, we are natural hunters. We are the go-getters. We are the motivators. We are the leaders. So people will come to us, and not to say that any of you guys are weak out here who reach out or are going through a weak moment, right? I've been there. I've been in weak moments as well. But in those weak moments, I have sought out the help and went to leaders, sought out leaders, studied leaders, right? And that's just men gathering up, building community, and helping each other out. Iron sharpening iron. Going to a man who is sharp in his own sense, studying him, getting knowledge from him, taking that with me, and then providing that service for other people. It's nothing wrong with having a mentor. It's nothing wrong with having a consultant. Because if you need that help, that person is there to serve. That person most likely 10 times out of 10 was in that same position. I was in that same position of being, having those weak moments, going through a relapse. But getting back to our nature, we start to attract the correct things, and things start to come to us. The money that you want, the female that you want, the car that you want, and I don't want to harp on the material things because that's not what this shit is about. It's not about the material. But if that is your driving force and that is your goal, and if you want those things, I'm not here to tell you that you don't deserve it. If you feel that you deserve it, then go get it. It's easier said than done, right? But the work that you must put in and the work that you have to put in for yourself will be the driving force. So with that said, my boys, once again, I appreciate you. All you guys who come and show your love, who drop something in the comments, giving words of encouragement, giving updates about your journey. I just had recently someone drop that they just relapsed and, they going to get back on their grind and stuff like that. I encourage you boys to, once again, reach out if you're struggling. If you got a hold on yourself, you got control of yourself, and you relapse and you get back on your square, by all means, cool. Tap in more to the content if you need to. But ultimately, man, take this information. This is just a certain aspect of how the law of attraction works, All right, but take this information, use it, be encouraged, be inspired. With that said, as always, with love and peace.